In the global race for resources, Greenland just made a bold move that's turning heads around the world. This vast, icy island, long seen as a remote outpost, is now at the center of a high-stakes geopolitical game. Greenland's government has granted a 30-year mining permit to a Canadian company, Greenland Resources Inc., opening the door to a new era of international investment and cooperation. This isn't just business. It's a statement about who Greenland trusts with its mineral future, and a signal to the world that it's ready to make its own choices. The decision caught Washington off guard, especially after former President Trump's infamous and widely publicized offer to buy the island, a move that made headlines and sparked debate about Greenland's strategic value. For years, superpowers have eyed Greenland's untapped mineral wealth, hoping to secure a foothold in the Arctic. But Greenland chose Canada, not the US or China, sending a clear message about its preferred partners. The deal centers on the Malmbjerg molybdenum project, a crucial metal for both industry and defense, used in everything from steel production to advanced military technology. By picking a Canadian firm, Greenland sidesteps the political baggage of a US-backed project while staying aligned with Western partners and maintaining a sense of independence. It's a subtle but powerful assertion of autonomy. Greenland's resources will benefit Greenland first, with profits aimed at improving local infrastructure and supporting community development. The US reaction? Frustration and disappointment, especially from those who had hoped for a direct American stake in Greenland's valuable minerals and growing influence in the Arctic. This isn't just about rare earths or molybdenum, it's about influence, control, and the future of the Arctic as new shipping routes and resources become accessible. Greenland is no longer waiting for a superpower to shape its destiny. Its leaders are determined to chart their own course, with the next generation watching closely. Instead, it's forging its own path, choosing partners that fit its vision for sustainable development and environmental responsibility, balancing growth with preservation. This quiet but significant power play in the Arctic will have consequences for decades, influencing global politics, economics, and the environment. Greenland is signaling it's open for business, but only on its own terms, with careful consideration of who gets to participate. The world is watching as Greenland steps boldly onto the global stage, ready to shape its own future and redefine its place in the world. The Malmbjerg molybdenum project is more than just a mine. It's a game-changer for Greenland and the global metals industry. Molybdenum, though little known to most people, is absolutely vital for making steel stronger, more durable, and resistant to extreme temperatures and corrosion. The Malmbjerg mine, located in the remote and rugged eastern part of Greenland, could soon become one of the world's top sources of this critical metal, helping to secure supply chains. Greenland Resources, a company based in Toronto, now holds a 30-year mining permit, with the possibility of extending it for another 20 years, an unprecedented commitment. The mine could produce nearly 33 million pounds of molybdenum every year, a major shift in a market that's long been dominated by China and a few other countries. The company has already secured agreements with major European buyers, ensuring strong demand for their product and reducing financial risk for the project. For Greenland, this means real jobs, new skills, and steady revenue, not just empty promises or short-term gains. This project marks Greenland's first major step in turning its vast mineral potential into a tangible economic reality, setting the stage for future development. After years of discussion and anticipation, this is finally concrete action, progress you can see on the ground. The world will be watching Malmbjerg's success or failure closely, as it could set a powerful precedent for future mining projects across the Arctic. Greenland is showing it can strike complex international deals and work with partners from around the globe. The mine's impact will reach far beyond its borders, influencing global trade, industry, and even geopolitics. It's a bold move toward economic transformation, and a new chapter for Greenland's future. In Europe, the Greenland-Canada deal is seen as a strategic win. The EU has long worried about relying on China for critical materials like molybdenum. The Malmbjerg mine could supply a quarter of Europe's molybdenum needs, boosting raw material independence. This reduces Europe's vulnerability to trade disputes and supply shocks. The European Raw Material Alliance has publicly backed the project, highlighting its importance. The pandemic and global tensions expose the fragility of supply chains. Europe needs secure local sources for its green and digital transitions. Malmbjerg fits perfectly. offering a stable supply from a friendly partner. For Greenland, it means investment and growth. For Europe, security and resilience. This partnership strengthens the transatlantic alliance and reduces outside influence. It's a model for Europe's future resource strategy. The deal is a building block for a more self-sufficient Europe. In the US, Greenland's decision stings. For many American officials, it felt like a missed opportunity that could have reshaped global supply chains and shifted the balance of power in the Arctic. Many saw Greenland as a key to breaking China's grip on rare earths and critical minerals, resources that are essential for everything from smartphones to advanced military technology. Trump's offer to buy Greenland was dismissed as outlandish by some, but the strategic interest behind it was very real, highlighting just how valuable Greenland's resources are on the world stage. The US wanted to be Greenland's main partner, securing supply chains and influence in the Arctic, hoping to build a long-term relationship that would benefit both nations. Instead, Greenland chose Canada, a move seen as more neutral and less politically fraught, signaling a preference for partnerships that respect Greenland's autonomy. American officials had hoped to support mining projects, but interest alone wasn't enough. Concrete commitments and mutual trust were missing from the equation. Greenland is wary of being caught in a US-China rivalry, determined to avoid becoming a pawn in a larger geopolitical contest. The Canadian deal is a reality check. Greenland is making its own choices, asserting its right to decide who it works with and on what terms. Building trust and respecting Greenland's autonomy are now essential for US policy. Only through genuine partnership can the US hope to regain influence. The US will keep pursuing access, but competition is real, and the playing field is more crowded than ever before. Greenland is open for business, but it's calling the shots, setting the terms for any future deals and partnerships. The American dream of dominating Greenland's resources is on hold, at least for now, as Greenland charts its own course. This outcome demands a more nuanced US approach in the Arctic, one that listens, adapts, and respects the wishes of local leaders. Greenland's message is clear: partnership, not patronage. The era of outside powers dictating terms is fading. The Arctic's future won't be dictated by superpowers alone. Local voices and choices are shaping the region's destiny. Greenland's independence is shaping the region's destiny, and its decisions today will echo for generations to come. For Greenland, this deal is about building a future free from economic dependency. Though self-governing, Greenland still relies on Danish subsidies. Independence requires a strong, self-sustaining economy. Responsible resource development is the path forward. Partnering with Canada is a deliberate choice. Canada brings expertise without superpower baggage. Greenland wants partners who understand its environment and respect its autonomy. The goal isn't endless mining, but a few high-value, sustainable projects. Malmbjerg is the cornerstone of this vision. If successful, it could reduce reliance on Denmark and boost confidence at home and abroad. Greenland is proving it can negotiate complex deals in its own interest. This partnership is a statement of sovereignty and ambition. Mining in Greenland is no ordinary challenge. The Arctic climate means a short construction season and extreme conditions. Infrastructure is almost non-existent. Everything must be built from scratch. The Malmbjerg site is remote, requiring ports, power, and worker housing. Upfront investment is massive, and financing is tough to secure. Bureaucratic delays and complex permitting add to the hurdles. Many projects have stalled for years due to these obstacles. The Tanbreez rare earth project, for example, still struggles to get off the ground. Greenland's mining boom has been slow, but the potential is huge. Malmbjerg will test whether large-scale mining here can be profitable and sustainable. Success could open the door for future Arctic projects. Not everyone in Greenland is celebrating. The promise of jobs is real, but so are fears for the environment and traditional ways of life. Greenland's culture is deeply tied to its pristine Arctic landscape. Large-scale mining could threaten fragile ecosystems and Inuit heritage. Leaders must balance economic growth with environmental protection. No project moves forward without local support. Public consultations and environmental safeguards are essential. The vision is for a few high-standard mines that respect both nature and culture. Malmbjerg, with its Canadian partner, aims to set that example. Greenland stands at a crossroads. Can it build prosperity without sacrificing what makes it unique? The world is watching this first big test. Success will be measured in more than revenue. It's about building a sustainable, proud future. Greenland's choices now will echo for generations.